bro, it's only 1 minute in, and we already witnessed somebody getting Swiss cheese. Man, I thought this anime was a slice of life about a Maid cafe, but nah, this full-on Maid gang banging, bruh. So we cut to 1999. This right here is Nagami, and she's on her way to start her first day as a maid at the Oinky Doinky Maid Cafe. Now, I'm not gonna say that goofy ass name all the time, so I'm gonna start calling it the Double OD. So Nagami introduced herself to the rest of the staff, but there's also a new maid, and guess who it is? It's the same maid from the intro. Yes, not the one that did the drill, but the one that was looking at a dead homie. So she introduces herself to the staff, and her name is Ronko. She says that she's 35. Upon hearing it, it's like, wait, ain't you a little bit too old to be a maid? And she says, nah, man, I'm like formless. I know a thing or two because I've seen a thing or two, so don't worry about me. After they introduced themselves, they started running the business like a regular maid cafe. Like, you wouldn't think nothing's wrong here, okay? They serving their customers, they doing their little oopsie cutesy dance and stuff until one particular customer comes in. The head maid walks up to serve the customer, and he tells her that the sweet's money is overdue. She immediately starts panicking and apologizing, asking, can you please give us some more time? And he tells her, well, if y'all can't pay y'all dues right now, then I'm gonna need somebody to handle that Wuv Wuv Moonbeam situation right quick like. So the head maid sends Nagami on the errand to the Wuv Wuv Moonbeam Cafe, which I'm not gonna say that, so I'm just calling it the Moonbeam. She hands Nagami a letter and says, hand it to the person in charge her, and that's when Ronko steps in and asks, can she accompany Nagami on this mission? At first, the head maid's a little bit unsure, but Bronco's very insistent that she wants to accompany Nagami on this mission. Now, on their way to the mission, they stop by this noodle restaurant where Ronko picks up this special takeout order. And let's put a big emphasis on special, okay? They make their way to the Moonbeam Cafe, and immediately upon stepping in, they see some Yakuza's type shit where a bitch is getting her fucking pigtail cut off. Now, of course, Nagami sees this and is like, okay, what the hell is happening? But she doesn't falter and hands to the head maid the letter. And the letter pretty much read, yo, you roach antenna bitches, we finna slime out your whole cafe. Love, Double OD. The head maid then begins to slap the shit out of Nagami, and she keeps slapping her until Ronko shows her what was so special about that takeout order. Because the head maid also gets slapped too, but instead of getting slapped with a hand, she gets slapped with that 5. Because Ronko whips out that 38 special and puts an end to her story right then and there. Now, Nagami's not fully processing what the fuck just happened right now, and can you blame her? Because she just saw somebody get their spaghetti sauce fucking knocked out their head. So she just sitting there like, oh man, it's a good thing I kept on this apron, otherwise my dress would have been stained. So Ronko grabs her hand and just walks out like she ain't just catch a body in front of their whole game. Now, of course, the Moonbeams ain't just gonna let this shit happen. So they chase after Ronko and Nagami, but it don't matter because Ronko is with the shits, my nigga. She starts fucking dual wielding 2 pistols and start blaming all of them. They getting their head tapped to the beat of a J-pop song, man. So Nagami's watching all this go down, and I think she's finally starting to realize that this Maid shit really gets serious, okay? This shit ain't all about sugar cupcakes and rainbows, nigga. People is really dying about this Maid shit. And this is on her first day too. Like, she literally just signed up for the job probably 7 hours ago, and she just witnessed 13 niggas get their heads splacked in the middle of the street, bro. So they head back to their Maid cafe, and of course Nagami is just ready to leave, okay? She just watched 13 folks get massacred, and she just like, nah, I'm ready to go. But she finds out that Ronko is her roommate, and she gets a little bit scared to leave, so she just goes to sleep. So we get to the second day on the job, and honestly, with the first day like that, could it possibly get any worse? The answer is probably not worse, but probably equally as bad. Here we find out that Nagami was really supposed to be a sacrifice to the Moonbeam Cafe so they can spark a dispute, but since Ronko is really like that, it didn't go to plan. They kind of caused a big problem, so the dude suggests that the head maid pays her dues, otherwise she's finna get slimed out. We cut back to the Double OD, and Nagami's just over there wondering how they could conduct business as usual, like they didn't just cause a massacre last night. Sheepon sees Nagami start to space out, so she tells her to hand out flyers so she can clear her head. And here we get back to more acts of good old Maid gangbanging, because as she's handing out flyers, 3 girls from a rival cafe starts pressing her. They like, who you think you is trying to hand out flyers on our block like this, man? I oughta switch cheese your bitch ass. And Nagami trying to tell them like, hey man, OG said we had permission to hand out flyers over here. So they tell her to get the fuck out the spot, and she does, because she ain't trying to get murked for handing out a piece of paper. Man, can we just pause for a moment, because I feel so bad for Nagami. Like, imagine landing your dream job just to find out it ain't nothing like you thought it was. Because Nagami really just want to do some cute dances and hand out coffee to people. Like, man, she not trying to be an accessory to 15 murders and possibly get done in because she trying to hand out some papers on the street. So while she's out there, Nagami meets another maid named Narula, and she pretty much tells Nagami that violence just comes with the territory of being here, but being a maid itself ain't that all bad. I mean, you even get to wear a cute uniform, am I right? Yeah, I don't know if I can agree on you with that one, but Nagami is just eating that shit up, and she like, you know what, baby, you're right, I'll stick around for a little bit longer. Any sane person would have caught the first train back to their house, but you know what, you do you, gang. If this is what you want to do, this is what you want to do. Nagami goes back to the cafe all happy and full of purpose. That's when the manager walks in and says, alright, the Maid cafe finna go go out of business. It was fun while it lasted. Of course, all the staff's looking at the woman like, what the hell you talking about? So the manager explains that she went out to get a loan and put up the cafe as collateral. But the money she got from the loan just wasn't enough money to pay the dude. So she went to the casino to try to double her money. But you can probably guess what happened, because it's a tale as old as time. She lost all her money. What a surprise. But she comes up with the genius idea to use the funds they made at the cafe to gamble some more. So they hit the casino up, and this is where we find out that the owner of the casino was actually the dude that gave her the loan in the first place. Everybody starts winning, they slowly start getting their money back, and eventually they make enough to save the cafe. But then everybody goes on the losing streak because the loan shark is raising the game, obviously. So they lose all their money, but that's when they hear about a high stakes poker game that's going in. But they ain't got no money, so they use the Maid's future as the buy-in price. They get handed some chips, and everybody goes to the poker table one by one. So as you can imagine, everybody goes to the poker table and end up getting cooked because, as Benny said from Fallout New Vegas, the game was rigged from the start. Now it's Yumichi's turn. She walks up to Ranko and asks her, does she trust her with all her chips? And Ranko says yes. So she hands her all her chips. She walks up to the table and goes all in. The dealer asks Yumichi to flip her cards. That's when she goes on a whole ass rant, talk about, I know I got the winning hand. And then she throws out her cards like, boom, bitch, double H, give me my money right now. She was so confident that she won just for the maid across the table to whip out her hand, and boom, she got a double 9. Yumichi looks at this and just starts laughing and says, well, I guess we lost, my nigga, good game. So after everybody gets put in the cage, that's when the head of the casino walks out and just starts berating Nagami and the rest of the maids and stuff. And that's when Ranko pretty much says, look, I may not be good at poker, but I think this 3-8 beats a full house. And then she whips out that 38 special and just straight up domes the manager. And when is they gonna learn that Ranko is not lacking out here in these streets, but she stay with that motherfucking 38 special, boy? You better talk to her nice so you end up in the grave. After Ranko gets done giving the manager a third eye, she straight up walks out the cage and just say, yeah, nah, nigga, we finna take our cafe back. Fuck y'all thought this was. So Ranko and the casino maids get in a gunfight, and she just standing there 1v4ing them, okay? She must got God mode on or something, because how she just standing there out in the open and not a single one of them bullets is hitting her, bro? Like, how y'all making all this money and y'all hiring these sorry shooters for y'all protection? Come on now, be so free. So the double OD maids are running out the building. As they're running out, the dealer throws a grenade at them, but Ranko, being a straight up gangster she is, catches that shit and hit a return to sender on them. So the grenade causes the whole building to explode, and Nagami's just looking at this shit like, bro, I've only been here for 2 days, and I've been an accessory to at least 15 murders, okay? That's at least. And just like usual, they cause some fucking havoc and just go back to the cafe like nothing happened. Also, side note, how much do they get paid for this? Like, they are in danger like every day of their lives, okay? Causing mass murder. How much do these maids get paid? Like, bro, you can't tell me they killing like 15 folks a day for $7.50, making minimum wage, and they exploding buildings on the regular just for they check to be like 135 for the week. With that being said, guys, that wraps up today's video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like because it don't cost nothing to show somebody some love. Make sure to go check out some of my previous content because if you enjoyed this video, then I'm 100% certain you're going to enjoy my previous videos. And if you do enjoy those previous videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button because we are so close to hitting 5,000 subscribers. If you want a part 2 to this anime, go to the comments right now and let me know. Say something like, Ren, I demand my part 2 this instant. Or if you have an anime that you would like me to make a video on, leave that in the comments too. I'm always looking for suggestions. It's been your marvelous leader, Sage Mode, and I hope you're having a fantastic day.